This is next one.
We're not going there. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to combine these last two because these last two games are probably the two. They are the two most anticipated games of the year.
We'll do the last one last.
One of them mainly because of Keanu Reeves, and the other one simply because the first one was so damn good.
Yes.
And those two games are Cyberpunk and The Last of Us Part 2. And I know Alex is definitely looking forward to Cyberpunk way
Give it to
more
me
than
now.
The
Give it
Last
to
of
me now.
Us.
Fucking hell, those
And
absolute.
Nathan is definitely looking forward to Last of Us 2 a lot more than Cyberpunk.
No. For me, it's both. It's the same.
Cyberpunk all the way.
Okay. So which
Last
one?
of Us 1 was amazing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and 100%. It just man, I
two,
was just
I'm a bit iffy on 2 because 1 was just brilliant. That's the thing. If you're basing your expectations on this prequel, I'm like, I've seen some really shady second ones.
Yeah, I can see your point there. Like your faith in sequels.
I am cautious, but I want it to be really good. That's the thing there.
But it's Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog 2 so good.
Yeah, they did Uncharted 3, which
you didn't like that.
Yeah, 2 was okay. 1 was good. 2 was I played it in one sitting, 12 hours.
But I'm gonna go into something here because I'm a bit of a weirdo. I'll tell you that much. Everybody knows that because I'm weird. But,
we do, yeah.
I went from playing games a few years ago quite a bit to not playing games at all, and the fact The Last of Us, the first game, is so good. The story of it is so good. I sat and watched an edited version on YouTube that was edited down to sort of a movie length. So I just sat and watched a movie version of the game and was just completely invested in it.
One reason I love Last of Us is the atmosphere and vibe.
Exactly.
When you're walking around, it's just I like the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was. They nailed it.
The in-game dialogue. The in-game dialogue.
That's one thing I am cautious of. Ghost of Tsushima, because from the trailers, I'm loving it, but I'm hoping.
Because I think story is quite a big, massive make or break thing for games. A very big make or break thing.
Also for movies.
Yeah,
it's obviously the sole purpose.
If you're watching a movie and you're like, this is garbage.
Yeah, but if you had Alex in charge, you wouldn't have a fucking storyline. Anyway, I'll agree with both of you on the environment aspect. I really, really enjoyed it. It made me feel like I was in an apocalypse. Whilst playing it, there was dead silence. You might have heard the odd maybe bark of an animal in the background, or like
the winter bit.
Yeah.
With the hunting.
Yeah.
That was.
And fun fact, if you didn't know, the dude that the leader of the cannibals, that was actually Nathan Drake. The dude that voices Nathan Drake voiced that dude.
Oh, not too bad.
But that Last of Us Part 2, I'm very, very excited about that simply because I was so invested in the characters and the story in the first game. It's basically me looking forward to a sequel to a movie, but I'm not going to be playing the game because but I'll be getting it from my brother. But I'll be watching the story because I don't game anymore.
I have I know what I'm going to do then when that one comes out.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to basically do the whole movie of it.
What do you mean?
So I'll not do my gameplay.
Oh, you're gonna to successfully do that, you're gonna have to not record yourself. Obviously, you're just gonna have to play through it, record it, and make sure just edit it together down to movie length.
Why would you have to edit it?
Unnecessary.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Because the story would probably be 6, 7, 8 hours long potentially, and you've got to cut out all the unnecessary things that don't forward the story. That's one of the impressive things about some of the people that have spent so much time editing the thing down to 4 hours or 2.5, 3 hours, just taking out all of the unnecessary bits that don't move the story along, the unessential story elements. It's just But that's the thing about that's probably the pro of just playing the full game, because there's so much in-game dialogue in The Last of Us that sort of there's bits that aren't in the cutscenes that add to the characters and add to the story of the characters and the background of the characters. That's the best thing about playing the game.
So, in these people's videos, did they have like parts of gameplay, or was it just like the cutscenes?
No, they have gameplay in there.
Yeah.
Like, because there's quite a few essential bits of dialogue in the game to add in, but they have action scenes and all that there in it as well. It's just they just had you playing. That's like part of the fun of the story is the journey, not the destination. So just seeing bits and pieces of them getting point A to point B, it makes it a little more entertaining to an extent.
You sound like a game designer there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Game designer that doesn't play games anymore.
Yeah. A hidden talent.
Yeah. But Cyberpunk looks pretty cool, and Keanu Reeves, you can't go wrong. What about it is getting you people excited? What will make this game good? What do you think it will bring to the table that other games have not done? Alex, why do you think this game will be better than The Last of Us Part 2? Let's hear it.
Because it is. Because our God and Savior is in it.
Because our Bush is in it. If you don't get that reference, it's because he was a Bush in SpongeBob, the movie. Yeah. Or Tumbleweed. Sorry, that's what it was. Tumbleweed.
Your silence.
Jesus, yeah.
On your thoughts of Cyberpunk.
Right. So my experience could be greatly enhanced. Greatly enhanced if
Keanu Reeves.
What?
By Keanu Reeves.
Not even the main reason I was hyped for that.
Not only Keanu Reeves, but if the creators of Cyberpunk would send me out that limited edition graphics card. Yeah, that's not Corona. That's kind of a hint, It would be greatly.
Stay away from me, that's not Corona.
It's not. It's
like you've gotten mentally ill.
Yeah, no, I think it would be. I'd experience the game in so many different levels. With that Cyberpunk graphics card, that I don't think mine could even handle its greatness. Yes, if you are wondering, is there a bit of a licking ass here? Completely, 100%. There is.
I can see the brown already on your fucking lip.
But I want to get my hands.
You're not licking it anymore. You're sucking at this point.
I've kept some in my beard. It's there for later on. But I'm looking. Man, if I could get my hands on one of them. Ooh, RTX 2080 Ti Cyberpunk Edition. Please, if anybody from Cyberpunk is even going to watch this video back on YouTube or anything like that, because I might just put a Cyberpunk segment on YouTube, who knows, and then tag them. Who knows?
Yeah,
you know.
Nathan will be doing a playthrough of Cyberpunk. He'll be doing a playthrough of Last. He'll be doing a playthrough potentially of Ghost of Tsushima. We'll all see.
I'm going to be doing a playthrough of every game that I'm interested in, which is Last of Us 2, Cyberpunk, Ghost of Tsushima. I think that's it this year. Really, that I'm interested in, yeah.
That's it. That's pretty much it. Cyberpunk, I have a feeling the story there will probably be interesting. With Keanu Reeves in there, it's going to be good. That's all I can think about. Keanu Reeves. It's going to be Keanu Reeves' year.
Just stop before you cream yourself. All right.
Yeah.
Stop before I cream myself.
Wonderful. We've already had you do that. When we went to see his.
Let's not talk about that.
That's not even the main reason I'm excited. I actually love the game side of it. They had a 40-minute video of it.
Did they?
Yeah. Did you not see it?
I'm nearly sure.
Like, it's all scripted, yeah, but still, I like the vibe with it. Plus, I just love Cyberpunk shit.
Yeah, well, Aaron creamed himself whenever he went to see John Wick 3.
But I'm gonna ask you,
Can't wait for 4.
if you were to put money on
Is that where he's an OAP? Old age pensioner.
Hey, I'll still watch that. Fuck off. I'll
you were
watch
to put
John
money-
Wick 27.
if you were to put money on who's going to win Game of the Year at the Game Awards next year, it's gonna come down to Last of Us and Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Who will it be, and how much money will you put on it?
I don't know, if Alex wants to put a bet on, I'll put a bet on of like 5 or 10 quid.
See, I put 2 cents on Cyberpunk.
Okay. Is that at like
That's my entire.
is that 2 to 1, 10 to 1, 18 to 1?
What are the odds? Never tell me the odds.
50-50.
I'll put 5 quid on. I'll put 5 quid on The Last of Us 2.
All right, 5 quid on Cyberpunk.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Now, just
Shake
listen.
that hand, boy.
Okay, Nathan. you say what you're
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
Say.
Elbow bump. We don't do
Wrap us up, yeah.
handshakes anymore.
You say what you're gonna say there, and I'll wrap us up here.
So the reason why I'll pick The Last of Us, and I'll back it, is because The Last of Us is going to have more time in 2020 than Cyberpunk will.
But the thing is, when it's the end of the year, recency bias.
I don't think it'll be enough.
I'm sure it will.
Not
Plus,
if
it's gonna
not
be
if
better anyway.
not if people can't leave the gaff.
Doesn't matter.
It does. If you can't leave the house, how are you going to get it? I know you can digitally download it, but I mean, the servers can only hold so much, and then they go down.
Yeah, exactly. So many people will be getting Cyberpunk.
Well, no, they won't be because the server will be down.
But I'm gonna ask you this here, and then we're gonna wrap it up, because initially we started this the listing of the games to just to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for these games? So Alex, how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10 for The Last of Us and Cyberpunk?
Last of Us 9.8, Cyberpunk 10.
Okay, more excited for Cyberpunk. Nathan,
Just
rating 1 from 1 to 10. Cyberpunk, Last of Us. Let's hear it.
9.8 or Cyberpunk.
Yeah, both
10.
What's 10 for Cyberpunk
A 10.
and a 10 for Last of Us.
Yeah.
Just full on excited.
Just
for
because I've just done the storyline there like a few months back, and it has gripped me. Like
might we play it? Might we play it? Might rip out the old.
I would say
it hits the Isle feelings when I
Oh
when
yeah,
I
the
think of it.
fucking. Oh my god.
Right, especially when she's there going, like just ripping Joel a new one, like after that hospital scene, like, and all you can hear is. No, it is. But when she's ripping him a new one, man, I fucking felt so hard. I was like, there was actual tears. I don't know if it's actually in the game, the walkthrough that I done, but I'm nearly sure you could see my eyes water up, and like my eyes actually water up because I'm like, oh my god.
What part was this? You're on
The bit after the hospital.
bit after the hospital.
Yeah, so when her and Joel have this like disagreement, and they split up, and then that's why they meet them back again, because she goes hunting.
Are you sure it's they go to Joel's brothers, and then she abandons, and then they're in a house on the top floor, and Joel comes in and they have an argument, and he's
no, it's not that. It's not. No, it's not that bit. It's the bit after they tried to do treatment on her, and he stopped that.
Well, they tried to do treatment. They
were more or less doing it.
They were gonna kill her.
Yeah.
To get a cure.
Yeah.
To get a chance at a cure.
Yeah.
No.
And he basically put a stop to that, and then they had an argument when she woke up after the car ride, and they were standing on the hill. Yeah, that bit fucking hit. That hit hard.
Yeah, that was kind of. I wouldn't even necessarily call it an argument. I'd just call it, because they weren't shouting at each other. It was kind of just.
They were. Yeah, they were. Look, I think it got a little bit heated, a little bit, not too bad, like, but it was just like, I think she knew that he lied.
I think she knew that as well. Because I remember her being very, very quiet. Because like, there's a part where she's walking behind Joel, and he's talking about how him and his daughter, how Ellie and his daughter would have gotten along really well, and then he goes up on the rock and reaches out his hand to lift her up on, and then he sort of walks ahead, and then she sort of just stops in her tracks, and she says, "Hey, remember at the start, like I wasn't alone when I got bit. I was with somebody." And that was my friend Riley, and like that's when I started feeling the feels there when she started mentioning her friend. But
it was it wasn't good. I didn't.
Quite a few moments in The Last of Us that kind of just make you. But the bit that kind of got me the most was when they were in the house after she leaves Joel's brother's place. Can't remember his name for some reason, but and like after they leave that and they're in the house and he's telling her to stay with his brother, and she's saying like,
and she runs off on the horse, like or gallops off.
No, this is after. Like she gallops and she goes to the house, and then Joel and his brother go to the house after her, and then they're on the top floor. She's reading a diary saying, "This is what girls used to worry about before the apocalypse," and then he's saying, "You gotta stay. You'll be safer here." And she's saying to him, "No, I won't feel safer. I'll just be more scared." And there's only one person that has given a shit about me since before, and I've lost all these people, and you're the only other person I care about now. And it's just that whole scene is just so brilliantly done, and like it will like
it will hit you.